When building or servicing engines and other machinery, gaps and tolerances must be accurately measured. Your measurements can be spot on thanks to the range of feeler gauges from ToolPro. Taking a measurement using a feeler gauge is easy. First, ensure that the gap to be measured is free of dirt or greasy buildup. Make sure, too, that the feeler gauges are clean and well oiled. Start by finding the closest possible blade that will fit in the gap. If the blade moves too freely within the gap, stack multiple blades until a snug fit is obtained. Feeling for resistance is key here. The proper resistance can be likened to pulling a sheet of paper from under a magazine or peeling sellotape off a roll. Now, add up the total thickness of all blades used and check this against a workshop manual to determine if your part's within specification. There are 4 different gauges available in the ToolPro range at Supercheap Auto, including metric, combination, offset, and master feeler gauges. Let's take a look at what each one is useful for and the range of tasks you can undertake. The metric feeler gauge is ideal for easily measuring larger gaps, such as spark plugs. It contains 25 blades measuring from 0.04 to 1 mm in thickness. For even larger gaps, blades can be stacked as necessary. If you need to measure finer tolerances or easily obtain a measurement in fractions of an inch, the ToolPro Master Feeler Gauge is the tool for you. This feeler gauge measures right down to 0.038 of a millimeter, great for tuning up older distributors. The ToolPro Combination Feeler Gauge is the most comprehensive in the range, with 30 steel blades providing measurement in fractions of millimeters and inches, and a further 6 brass blades for use around magnetic components. Finally, there are the offset feeler gauges. There are 9 blades here, measuring from 0.229 mm up to 0.660 mm. Offset gauges are incredibly useful for getting into tight spaces around the engine, such as measuring these valve clearances. After using your ToolPro feeler gauge set, always ensure that they're free of dirt and grease, and work a few drops of motor oil through the blades. Keep them stored in their original package or a Ziploc bag, and your feeler gauges will give a lifetime of accurate measurement.